Good morning, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Abby and in today's video I'm going to be repotting 2 plants. So I'm starting with my Syngonium, so my Albo Syngonium. It's been in water for quite some time and those roots look like they are definitely getting used to water, which I don't want. I don't want it to become just a white leaf. I don't want it to become used to water, you know. I want it to not have a shock when it goes back into soil because it was taken from soil. So I'm doing that today, but also I'm repotting up my cutting that I took. This has been on the go for quite some time. I don't know how long it has been. I'd say about 2 months, so not massively long, but I do want it to go in soil as well because I just feel like it gets more nutrients in soil than it would in moss. So I actually don't know how. I think it's time for this. I have doubt about this one, but worst case scenario is I can leave the cuttings that aren't ready in there, but I'm thinking about putting them in this pot, which looks super cute already. So yeah, and the mix I've got is I've run out of my BioBiz, which is what I use for all my house plants. I've got so much compost, it's unbelievable. It's like my hands are always dirty because I'm always in compost, but not for houseplants. So I found this in our cellar. I got this Grow Tropicals soil from them about 2.5, 3 years ago. I've used everything apart from the anthurium because, as I said in a recent video, I'm not that great with anthurium, and I've got 1.5, like the half plant being a tiny one. So as you can see, it's never been opened, it's brand new. I did see mushroom growing in this a little while ago, but it seems to have died. So there's obviously some sort of fungal in here. But I think that is just the case with everything these days, like all soil, all compost. It's just something that just comes with the territory. So I'm gonna pot both of those up in that. I think it will be fine. Whether you agree, I don't know, but I'm positive it will be fine. This doesn't have a drainage. So I'm going to have a look at my wardrobe where I keep some of my pots, my overflow pots, and see if we've got anything suitable. So it's bad news. I don't have a pot small enough. Just realised all my tomato plants are in a pot. Perfect. I think I'm being lazy. I'm going to do this one second because I have to go back downstairs. I keep my plastic pots outside. So we're going to start with this one. I think the fun part of this is going to be what the roots look like, how they've been in the moss, because it's the first time I've had such success with it, so I'm really happy. Smells nice. Right, I've just realised I put loads in there, and the roots still need to go in, but it should be okay. Okay, so I've put about this much in, just basically covered the bottom. Everything is falling out the bottom, great. What's in this? So I've got chunky cocoa coir, lava rock, pumice, charcoal, and worm castings. So all good stuff. And I feel like I'm a little sad about this being repotted because it sits on top of my air fryer at the moment, which it's a really nice space for it to be. It fills in like a gap in the kitchen, but the temporary kitchen that we have is north facing, so it gets really limited light. And if I was a plant, I wouldn't be too happy being there. So I do want to move it. I'm thinking about swapping it out with my happy leaf. Looking at it now. Definitely going to do that. And that will mean, I put B-roll over, that will mean sitting next to the other variegated Monstera, which love the life there. Okay. Exciting, exciting. See if I can break this away. Never had to repot something that's so established in moss. And I know people have issues with, well, they don't have issues. I know people find it annoying having plants in moss because they have to keep on top of keeping the moss moist, but I didn't really have a massive problem with that. It didn't really bother me. Some of these roots are like non-existent. Wow, okay, that one's not going in the pot. Look at that. It's just like one root, 2 roots. Okay, he has to go back in. That's annoying. I really wanted it to go in together. I can always pop it in after when it's ready, can't I? God, these roots are... Oh, no. I do not believe that. I don't believe that. That is all that's on that one. Like hardly anything. So, I don't know about that. I don't know if I like it. This measly 2-leaf cutting. Oh, this is me being impatient, but honestly, all those roots I see, are they roots? Or moss? Have I got myself confused? No, they're roots. All of these roots are from this one cutting. That's very misleading. Oh well. Gonna have just more plant pots to house. Anyway, I'm sure now we're fully in spring, coming into summer, the other 2 will hit the ground running. I still want to do this. Yeah. I'm trying to think if I should back out now. What would you guys do? Do I back out? Do I put them all back in? I think my impatience comes from wanting it in a sunnier spot. I don't see why it can't go in a sunny spot in moss. Should I just put the moss in here so I feel like it's a bit, you know, more of a plant? But then I don't get to see the roots. I don't know. I don't know if I have regrets. And I totally think I'm damaging these roots. Honestly, I'm really surprised that that is just from this one cutting. Probably didn't appreciate this as well, to be honest, but anyway, we live and we learn. So other than me making rash decisions and being impatient, that's like molded to the shape of the canister I've had in. Yeah, other than me making these crazy decisions and just, you know, not being patient and just being too eager, what have people been up to? Because I have lots of YouTube videos ready to, you know, make public. I've been working on some in the background. At this moment in time, I haven't been on YouTube for a few months. Someone actually asked me if I'm coming back literally like a few hours ago. I was like, actually, yes. But I've basically been filming things and, you know, just pottering around here and there. And I've kind of, yeah, got things edited and scheduled, which is exciting. I'm very excited to, you know, be back up and talking to you all again, because I really do miss my Saturday morning chats with you all. The root system on this is honestly incredible, like really great. I'm so happy for it, but I don't understand what the hell happened to the other two, because that is all root and little bits of moss. Yeah, and this is the whole plant. Actually, all of these cuttings are from this one behind me, the one that's normally, you know, the big one. The other ones that I've got in water that I want to get in moss, I forgot about them. They are all in water still. I think I want to put them in moss. Because I've had such success with this particular cutting, not these two, that I thought I would do that, because they're in water and they can't stay in water forever. Although I'm going away soon, so with them being in water, I'm going to leave them in water. I'm going to leave them, because then my friend doesn't have to worry about that. I just have to worry about this. Okay. That is as good as I'm going to get it. I've heard things before about if you don't get all the moss off, then you are at risk of root rot and stuff, which does worry me, but I'm going to go give it a rinse, and other than that, I think it will be totally fine. Okay, I am back. I honestly don't know. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know why I did this and why I carried on. Because I really want these together, because I think they look so nice. And if I don't put them all in together, then they're not going to sit well. And I'm going to have to repot them. Like take this one out of soil and put these in. And I don't know. Do I put these back in water? I think I might put these back in water, you know, for a couple of weeks. And then what? I think I'll do that, because that's not even... Am I aggravating the plant that way though? I mean, it's already got a rotten stem, you see, it's not bad. It's been like that way for weeks. I'm just gonna shove them back in the moss. This is just a prime example of how little patience I have. I wonder why they've not grown well. Do you reckon it's because the other cutting, the 2-leaf cutting, is doing so well that these two is dominating the space? Is that a thing? I'm gonna leave those two like that. Just doesn't look great. And I'm gonna pop that in soil without breaking it. I've said it before and I'll say it again. The size of this bag is so handy to just pour out. Like, you can hold it with one hand. You don't get much spillage. It's just genius. You don't have to get your hands dirty like too much. This is proper barky. Maybe a bit too much, but I'm sure it's fine. Just want to make sure it's like compact as well, because it's quite a shallow pot. I want to make sure it's got the weight to stabilize it without the need of a support. Also, this pot was in the cellar for years, so it needs a really good scrub, which I should have probably have done before. So there we go. Absolutely hate the way it looks. I absolutely do not like that. I mean, look at that. Yeah, okay. And then look at that. This was nice. This was really nice. What? I think I'm going to put that like this, fill this up with more moss, and put it behind it, and then just pretend it's one. Because I have had enough of this now. I've done it, I'm not undoing it. It would just be such a stress on the plant for no reason. I've got moss everywhere. It just has to stay the way it is. So I will get some moss. Right, this is the moss from Grow Tropicals that I use. I will move this scarce little guy out the way. I'm also hoping that the change, the tiny change will go unnoticed by Magnus, and he won't like, you know, feel the need to touch it and potentially damage the plant, because at the moment all the plants that he can touch, that he's not bothered about, but with something new, you never know, it might spark his interest. I actually remember Harley G saying that just happened to her. Her sons were fine, and then she had that massive 8-foot Dracaena, and now they are into the plants, and I just don't want that to happen. Okay. It looks cute. It looks really cute. It looked much better before, but it looks cute. And I'm going to turn it around and see. So I'm thinking about putting it here. So moving this guy. I'm putting these here. I don't need this anymore. I think I could probably, get some like Velcro. Do you know what? I think that looks okay. Does it? I don't know what belongs where. I'm going to take this away, tie that up a little bit. This is what I use. It's just Velcro. It's reusable, obviously, and it's like a plant support Velcro. I got a big roll of this from eBay. It wasn't enough. I thought it was enough. This is so creased. It wasn't enough, and I bought more from Temu, and I think I paid for another big roll 20p or something. So it is so easy, and you can, if you can't already tell, you can rip it with your teeth if you don't have scissors, which is a big bonus. I hope it doesn't put too much stress on it, but I think it will be fine. I think it would be better this one being on this side because it's quite light, and the height I am at now is Magnus's height, so eye level. Is he this tall? Well, no, I think he's this tall. But anyway, eye level, and I don't want him to, you know, feel suddenly attracted to touching. He's totally gonna touch this. This literally looks like so much fun. But yeah. I forgot I could move the ones in the moss. I'm happy with that. Cool. So this is what it looks like. Moss, obviously, and your Anthurian mix. And then if I bring you back out, you can see the size comparison. And you can see here, these are growing, and that one's about to pop out as well. So I have just ran downstairs. This is the smallest pot I've got. I was so tempted to just put it straight into this, but it's so lazy. That's fine. You can kind of see the top of it a bit, but honestly, that's fine. The reason I'm doing this in this pot and not directly into this, if it had just come from soil, I'd have a bit more confidence that I wouldn't need to do drainage, because normally I water, and then if something doesn't have drainage, I'll tip the excess water out and it's always fine. But I really want to thoroughly soak this in water for a long time, like under the tap for a long, like just let it soak in water all the way through to the bottom and put it back in, because it's been so used to water in this. I don't want it to sit in it, if that makes any sense. It makes sense in my mind. It will work. It'll be fine. It's actually part of like a massive crate of 200 plastic pots I got from someone local. So I saw this and I was like, I'm not going to use this because I've got all my tomato plants sorted. But yeah, I'm very happy I picked this up. Just take some of the, like the rotten, like dodgy bits off. There's some like gunky stuff at the bottom, you know, when you just don't change your water enough, but other than that, it's fine. This one's dying and I'm tempted to just put it out of its misery now. You can see that it's just not happy. I might do that now. So it's part of this guy. I always have a fear of just ripping the wrong leaf because I've done that so many times before. Okay. Right. So this is definitely the bad leaf. Yes. So I'll just There we go. I'll put that in the compost. Put him back in there. Arrange them like this. And then I'll bring it down so you can see. That's a proper water root, that one. You see how white it is? Just like this one is. I'm shoving them in like that. Nice and snug. And then, oh, it's getting a little difficult now to do this with one hand, but I think I'll manage. Oh, that's weird. Cool. Pretty happy with that. I think the only potential issue is some of the, you see how it's a trailing plant. You see there's like a little root there that's no longer touching water or anything. So that might, you know, not be happy. But it looks really good. I'm so glad I can use this pot again. This is originally from Anthropology. I've got quite a few pots from Anthropology, also coasters as well, like over there. And this was £6, full price £6. I never bought anything from Anthropology. Like back in the day, £6 for this was like really expensive. And I never paid full price. And I think I remember paying like £2 for this. Whereas now it would be £6 in the sale. So crazy times, crazy. But that is it. I really hope that these don't die. I think it would be fine. I'll water them with the water they were in. You hear that? It's all pouring to the bottom. Okay, well that pot wasn't clean. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Yeah, pretty. Love it. I'm gonna put that back. I really hope you enjoyed watching that. It didn't turn out as I had planned, but they do look good together. I'll keep on top of the moss as well and how the roots are going in that pot. I just have a feeling that maybe they just don't like it, or maybe they were just getting started and I had, you know, disturbed it. I don't know. They've been in that for months now, so I would expect to see more root growth than that, but the plants, the leaves weren't deteriorating, so maybe they were just happy as they were before I touched them. But I'll let you know how it goes. But if you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up, don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you all next week. Bye.